I'm Paul Gatling with the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal. Halloween is safely behind us and Thanksgiving is yet to come, but make no mistake, it is the Christmas shopping season. And joining me today to discuss consumers and what their shopping strategies might be is Rick West. He is the CEO of retail data collection firm Field Agent in Fayetteville. Rick, thanks for being here.
Paul, listen, thank you for having me.
All right, let's discuss some recent research put together by your field agents about the holiday shopping season. First of all, just explain how shoppers are going to shop this year and what are they shopping for? What is the criteria that consumers think is most important this year?
Sure. So when you think of our world and the mobile technology and capturing data via crowdsource mechanisms, we talked about 2,000 shoppers. They're out and about in the United States today and ask them that core question. What are you looking for and how does it play out? And surprise, surprise, number one on the list is affordability. It happens every year. It's got to be a great price, which makes a ton of sense. But that's about 59% of the response that came into that. And then when you look at product quality, it was a close follow to that, followed by, surprising the recipient, sentimentality. But here's what was really interesting. You see the positives. Only 17% said they were looking for a specific brand and brand matters. Now that says something in the world of Amazon and Walmart and how people are going back and forth and suppliers working with retailers. So if you get affordability right and you get that surprise wow factor right, then brand may not come into play. But if you're just focusing on brand, that could be an issue. And that was kind of a little nugget we gathered as we were looking at this data.
So with all the data, what do suppliers and retailers glean from that? How do they use this information to, of course, drive sales, which is that's the key?
Sure. At the end of the day, again, price has to be right. It can't be a deterrent, if you will. And the same way with the whole concept of, guys, is this item right for me? But I think that concept of new, especially in this digital age that we live in today, where everything's new online, I think if you're a brick and mortar retailer, you've got to get that online through brick and mortar thing right, so that when people are seeing things on social media, so when they're searching for your products online, that transmits and actually translates right into the store. So it's very, very transparent to them, okay, and how they're looking at information. So let's talk about a new item as an example. Just having it on the store may not be enough. You're hoping people are going to walk by. But just having it, online isn't enough as well. So you've got to have both. And I think when you look at that new and excitement piece today, as shoppers begin to go out and about for this holiday season, it's really, really important.
What did consumers say about that, balancing the brick and mortar versus the online shopping? What did the research tell you? Was there a clear, definitive avenue that they're picking or what?
So let me get these numbers right.
Okay.
Anyone to yell at me later about my numbers here. Well, we know that about a third of the folks said that they're going to shop multiple retailers and kind of look at online and offline. About 99% said they'll visit at least one brick and mortar store, which intuitively makes sense, right? You're going to be doing some online work. But here's interesting. 78% said they were also completely or very likely to purchase gifts online. So everyone's going to be in store, but of that 99%, close to 80% of them said they're also going to shop online. Yeah. You can't be either or, right? It's got to be an and. So important to be and. Here's another fun fact for you. When we looked at this, and especially as Walmart's coming into this aspect of online shopping, the omni-channel focus they have, in-store pickup, they're playing with delivery, all those things have to be right. But here's this fact. 70% said they're still going to make special trips to retail for a specific item. Okay, so that special trip is still really important. So you've got to get it right, and it can't just be online. It has to be both.
All right. So we know by that how they're going to spend their money. Where are they going to spend their money? What are the what retail destinations come up in your research of where consumers are headed this year?
We look at this every year, Paul, and you kind of track it along. Very simple question. Where are you going to make most of your purchases? And the numbers show up pretty consistently year on year. So number one is Amazon. 61% of the 2,000 people we interviewed or surveyed said they would be purchasing something at Amazon. Right after that, 52% at Walmart, 32% at Target, 36% Best Buy, 15% Kohl's. If you look at last year, very, very similar numbers coming in. But there's also a few folks that get that 3 to 5% out there. So you look at Best Buy, Kohl's, Family Dollar, Dollar General, they all kind of pop in as well. But here's interesting. We published this data a while back, but this is an exclusive for you. Because we like you, Paul. We're going to put this one out there, okay?
Love it.
Ask this question. It said, which one is your favorite for purchasing holiday gift ideas? not will you purchase, which is your favorite. Amazon was 37%, Walmart 18%, followed by Target and Kohl's 14 and 5%. No one was higher than other than that, higher than 2%. So it's kind of interesting. Not only is it where I'm going to shop, but the favorite place followed right in line with that.
Right.
Really interesting piece of data.
And it sounds like all those numbers say that there's a clear, Amazon is the clear number one in most of your questioning, but Walmart there's a clear 1 and 2, and then everybody else. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct. It's exactly right. And so the more and more research that we do, again, it's not necessarily the bigs are going to get bigger, but the bigs are doing it right. And we're going to put Amazon in the same category as Walmart from a big standpoint. But the other folks are kind of, nipping at their heels trying to catch up with that. But it is kind of a clear delineation, those top two, then the next group.
Right. Okay. So we've talked the who, what, where. Let's talk about when. When are people going to be shopping? I mean, here we are. It's early November. Like we said, we just passed Halloween.
Right.
When are consumers going to be shopping?
Well, believe it or not, they're already shopping now. I mean, I'm not talking about shopping for candy. I mean, they really have already started their holiday shopping already. Our numbers show that about 45% of the shoppers are doing their holiday Christmas shopping in that late October, early November number. And that's higher than last year. So it's a very significant number as you look at that. But not to be afraid, there's still plenty of shopping to go. There are about 25% or so, around 27, that are the Cyber Monday, Black Friday shoppers. I would argue 5 years ago when Black Friday was just a single day, that number would have been different. But again, it kind of spans out a little bit. Cyber Monday wasn't a thing 10 years ago, right? So that begins to come in. But again, not to lose hope, that's just that early November. As you look at it, only about 13% of folks will have their holiday shopping finished in December. Okay, so there's still that big 60-70% that's still out there shopping during December, but there's only a few of us, 2 or 3%, that are shopping the day before.
Well, and would you say that's because maybe we're hearing that online shopping is becoming more prevalent for consumers, so maybe there's that peace of mind in their head that says, I've got time, and that procrastination maybe starts to set in of, I have time to get my shopping done if it's just a click away?
Well, I think you have to look at, and this is Rick's opinion, data didn't come from this, but you can find deals during that Black Friday, during that Cyber Monday, but shoppers are being trained, right? We all kind of adapt to what's happening at retail. There's some really good deals that happen in December. So how long can you wait? Well, I don't have to wait for something to be delivered to me for 2 or 3 weeks. I could wait until 2 days before Christmas, 3 days before Christmas, and get an amazing deal and have it delivered to my home Christmas Eve day and still look like a champion. Now that's risky, right? Is it in stock? Is it available? But because of shipping and the way we can actually shop today, it allows me to wait a little bit longer, and I don't have to worry about something being out of stock inside of a store. So I think that risk reward kind of comes into play a little bit there.
Right. Okay. And final thought here, just cutting through the numbers, what should the key takeaway be from the retail suppliers?
Listen, if I'm a retailer or supplier today, it's that concept of that omni-channel. I've got to be correct, and I got to have it right online and offline. That concept of web rooming, where someone's going online and they're checking everything out, but they're buying it inside of a store. Okay, that showrooming, where I'm shopping inside of a store, but I'm buying it online. That tells you, where research shows about a third of the population are either web rooming or showrooming. They're going to a Walmart, Target, etc., shopping around, and they're going back in their car or home, or they're going online looking for a great deal. There's another third, different group, that's checking everything out online, looking for the great deals, and they're going to a location and they're buying that. So that has to be right. And there's always something to said for those local shops that say shop local. Really, really important.
Right. All right. Good stuff. We will leave it there with Rick West. He's the CEO of Field Agent. Always appreciate your insights.
Paul, thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks. When we come back, I'll be joined by Kim Souza for more discussion of the Field Agent Survey and what the National Retail Federation has to say about the upcoming Christmas shopping season. Don't go away.
Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation provides electric energy across 2/3 of Arkansas. This is an exciting time in our energy history, with incredible progress being made in renewable energy and storage technologies. As our energy portfolio continues to diversify, we'll maintain an all-the-above strategy to provide reliable and affordable electricity. Ever since the first light bulbs were placed in our members' homes, the electric cooperatives have been the solutions provider for our members, and we want to continue that well into the future.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas, and America moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
I did.
Welcome back. I'm joined now by Kim Souza, who covers Walmart and the retail beat for us. Kim, how are you?
Great.
All right, good. So holiday shopping, we know this is the time of year that retailers have circled on their calendars. So with the current economy, what can they expect to see from the always discerning holiday shopper this time of year?
Well, holiday shopping is expected to top $680 billion this year. That breaks down to just a little under $1,000 per household. That's about a 3.5% increase from last year. That makes retailers happy. Interestingly, they said spouses will plan to spend about $255 on their significant other, and kids are in line to get $200 worth of items. That's pretty high, higher than normal. All in all, people look to spend this holiday season.
Right, and what do the Walmart executives themselves say? You cover Walmart as well as anyone. What do the executives say about driving sales this year in terms of both store traffic and online clicks?
Okay, just recently Walmart rolled out a news release this week that said that they were going to have more exclusive inventory in their stores. That's always a draw because they'll be the only retailer to have those items. They also are rolling back prices aggressively on toys. They're hosting 3 party events in their stores over the holiday season to bring excitement to help drive foot traffic in. They will give you the pickup discount. They're trying to get people to order online and get the pickup discount in stores. One of the things they said about the toy event, which is Saturday, November the 4th, is that they are lowering the prices on 400 toys. So we know that they're being very aggressive on pricing.
And what about retail analysts who cover Walmart and Amazon? You know, we are in the great retail war right now. The evolution is unfolding right before us. Who do they see winning right now?
Well, Charles O'Shea, who is the retail analyst for Moody's, said this week that he thought it would be highly promotional season. He said Amazon, from their recent earnings, indicated that there's really no profit for them. They're cutthroating prices. We know Walmart's trying to match that. So that is going to be a razor-thin margin for our retailers. We know that that's also going to crunch suppliers, right, because Walmart has a dead net costing factor that they use, and they get to the very bottom of what it takes to make that price. They want that transparency, and if it's a promotional thing, there may be very little profits for the retailers or the suppliers this year because it's going to be promotional.
Right. There seems like there's so much to going into the simple fact that I just want to go buy a wagon for my child. It's holiday shopping season, right? But there's so much more that goes into it.
Absolutely. It is crunch time for retailers. They're all out to win. And Charles O'Shea also said that this season would be an acid test for some retailers. They may not survive this season, and we know Sears is in jeopardy with local stores closing, so this will be their last season to shop Sears here in Northwest Arkansas.
Right. What's your shopping list look like? You got your Christmas shopping done?
Absolutely not. I shop a lot online, and I'll probably start Black Friday.
Right. Well, that's like what Rick West said. You've got plenty of time to get that done.
Absolutely.
All right. That's Kim Souza. Always appreciate your analysis. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right. And that's it for this edition of the Supply Side. I'm Paul Gatling. We'll see you next time.